What's going on, Sales Funnel Radio? How you guys doing? Excited to be able to share with you some cool stuff that I'm doing right now. I was on a flight. I've been doing a lot more speaking and finally doing interviews again on other people's stuff, which has been so fun. I've missed that tremendously. There's a lot of people who've been like, can I interview you? And I kind of feel like I went into almost like entrepreneurial hibernation. You know, it's very normal to go back through and kind of like reinvent yourself, obviously. And I went through just a major one in the last 6 months. And so now I know exactly where I'm going for, and I'm calling my shot. Basically going to try to be the Tim Ferriss, Joe Rogan, Ben Shapiro, Jordan Peterson of capitalism, and thinking about probably create Capitalist Pick Radio and use that to start interviewing really big people and start setting myself up in a much, much, much larger and more aggressive market with a very aggressive theme, capitalism versus socialism. So anyway, I'm excited about that. But as I have that new kind of angle, that show's not launched yet. I'll make an actual launch out of it. But that's kind of where I'm thinking, and kind of blended that kind of that mission with my new value ladder, you know, and the new Linchpin model, which I'm so excited for you guys to read Linchpin. I don't know if it's released yet as of me doing this. Yours truly got to write the foreword. I'm very excited about you guys being able to read that book though when it comes out. It's a good book. Wow. I told Russell, it's like, think of it as like, what would Russell write as his notes while he was applying his own Secrets Trilogies books? That's what this Linchpin book is like. Hey, okay, so here's the funnels, but here's how to make a business model out of it. You know, it's like, anyway, so I'm excited for you guys to hear that and get to that book whenever it comes out. It's so good. You know, 'cause funnels aren't really a business model. They're just an customer acquisition model. So it's like, hey, here's how to actually turn it into a business model, you know, which has been really fun. So, well, hey, I wanted to share with you something really cool. I was on a flight. I was going over, and that's how I was starting this episode. I was on a flight. I went over to Florida and got to speak in front of 2,000 people. I did the fake book story. I had another stage rush with it, which is really fun. I haven't had that large of a stage rush with the fake book story, though, in a long time. In fact, the first time I ever told it was probably when it was that big. There's a lot of people who ran to the stage on this one. It was fun. Anyway, I was flying over there, and this whole linchpin, that's why I got onto that. This linchpin concept was in my head because I see how to naturally add people to continuity, or at least add trials of continuity when someone's joining a challenge, right? Like if you want to see a live example of this, go to 5dayoffer.com, right? It's because like you can register for the challenge for free, but then on the very next page, it's like, hey, if you want to be VIP, get this cool kit, get this box. We'll also give you a 30-day trial to our Capitalist Pick monthly newsletter. Right? So you're always adding people to continuity. So like, cool, I see how to do that in challenges. I'm doing that on my challenges. It's awesome. And I'm seeing how to do it on webinars, right? Where it's like, hey, here's you register for the webinar for free. On the very next page, it's like, hey, you're going to get the most out of this webinar by getting this thing, which includes some continuity trial, right? And so it's a similar model. And then I was like, but how can you do it for an event? And so on that flight over to Miami, I was like, there has to be a way, like, let me rethink the entire event funnel. And so I came up with just this awesome way. It's the same principle. It's the same principle where, you know, you come in and you're like, hey, I'm going to come to this event. And so you put your email in, you go to the next page, and on the page it says, do you want to be general admission or do you want to be VIP? And by the way, when you're VIP, the only way to get VIP is part of my tier 2 of my continuity, right? I call it the Capitalist Pick Club, and it's where I send you out swag of the month. And there's a monthly group call that I go really deep on, and you get access to basically all of my previous courses, almost all of them. It's $97 a month, you know, and it's like, or you can buy VIP for the one-off price of $500, which is like kind of normal for events. So it makes it a no-brainer. You actually save money by buying VIP versus even buying a general admission ticket, which is really cool. And so it creates a cool price decoy on my order page, which is really, really super fun. It's so I designed it on the airplane, and I was like, hey, what about if they have this ticket scenario, that ticket scenario, that ticket scenario? And so it's a few different versions of the event funnel model. But they all still follow the same premise that come join the event at a VIP level when you're on tier 2 of continuity. And then the final thing I have on there, hopefully it's cool for me to share this. I feel like it's super valuable stuff because I think one thing our world, really only Russell's like inner circle and coaching programs have read the new Linchpin book, and everyone's just obsessed with it. It's the value ladder with rules, right? It's like it brings a little more context of what product line to actually put together and be thinking through to make a true business instead of a promotion. And so we've all been obsessed with it because it's like, it's super obvious that that's truly what actually grew ClickFunnels so fast, and that's what grows a real company, and blending the info model with whatever monthly thing you sell, or turning the info into a monthly thing or whatever. So we've all been super obsessed with it. And I got to tell you, just the numbers have been astounding. They've been really, really powerful. So basically you can buy a one-off general admission ticket. If someone has bought like one of my 997s, they have a coupon code, 99% off general admission coupon code. And so same kind of thing though. It's like, hey, come on in, and you can either use your coupon code or come to VIP and get VIP for 70% off, which is part of that tier. And it's the only tier that also gets event replays. And it's cool because it creates a really cool price decoy. Again, hopefully I can share this without being weird. This is how Steve's making a price decoy. Yeah, it's like they're in our everyday lives though, price decoys are all over the place. So one of the bumps that I have though is coming to the studio, the physical studio itself, and with it, there's a networking night, I'm probably going to take everybody shooting to the shooting range that's across from my office, one of the nights, or I don't know, I'll figure out what it is. There's some fun places around here that I just want to do like some kind of cool activity at the end of the event, let the hair down, so to speak. And, and obviously that's a perk that only those who come to the physical studio can come to. And so that's part of the bump. And so it's the same bump across all of the offers. But this new event funnel model is really exciting for me, because one of the things I've really struggled with is this model has made sense and has been talked and taught about from the context of the challenge and the webinar a lot. And they make total sense, they make total sense. But how you actually get it done with an event funnel, that's something that people are still trying to figure out. But what it turns challenges and webinars into is an ascension event. It's no longer a one-off sales thing, right? And you're being invited to not just come buy a thing, you're being invited to get continued support through these monthly things that you're putting on, which is super fun. So anyway, it's kind of a shorter episode. I'm really excited. This is for my new offer launch event. I've decided that offer launch for me is going to be kind of like my Funnel Hacking Live. It's my yearly event. I don't think I'll ever automate it. And that's because if you have an offer, your offer is only as good as how well you know how to launch, right? I mean, you have the coolest offer on the planet, but if you can't get traffic to it, it already sucks, even if it's great, because, it's not doing what it was meant for. So offer launch will continually be probably like the most up-to-date like come to offer launch so that it's all of these up-to-date sales strategies and how people are still crushing online. And, oh, ads are good right now? Sweet. Here's how to use them. Oh, ads are bad right now? Cool. Here's how to get other ways to get sales. You know what I mean? And that kind of conversation, I think is really important right now. I mean, always, but especially right now for people. I think some people think like, oh, internet is scary right now. And actually, just the economy is what's scary right now. It's an amazing time to start something or scale something or add another product line to your value ladder, So offer launch is exactly what the title says. It's launch methods for your offer. It's not really about offer creation. The tagline that I have for it is marketing in the fewest steps, whereas Offer Mind is my other event. And I've done both of them several times. They're amazing events. They've helped a lot of people. It's really fun to see how many entrepreneurs were born at these events, which is really fun for me to see. And I've been able to track $100 million in student sales with my courses and events, which has really, really been fun for me. My stuff works. I'm very proud of it. Works very well. But the Offer Mind event is really about that title, all right? Meaning come think about your offer. What is your offer? It's not a marketing event at all. It is an entrepreneurship event. Very different mindsets, very different roles. Entrepreneurship versus marketing. You guys know that by listening to my stuff here, but a lot of people don't. And so Offer Mind is entrepreneurship in the fewest steps, where Offer Launch is marketing in the fewest steps. And really they're meant to go together, where one ends, the other begins. But Offer Mind, because I'm not saying you can't come learn really cool launch methods if you don't have an offer, but obviously you're very limited. And so I've decided that I'm probably going to automate my Offer Mind event, meaning they'll probably run once a month and you can come to it. And there'll still be live components to it, but there'll be like live chat and live support. Like I'll probably still do parts of it live, but the majority of it will be automated to some cool software that we found and are using. So anyway, that's kind of the plan. Is Offer Mind runs monthly, whereas Offer Launch runs yearly. And Offer Launch, we were going to try and do it like literally this next week as I'm recording this, but it just didn't make any sense. I've really slowed down the launch. Like, it's not that effective. Plus, I feel like it causes distrust in the market after a while. Not to, like, I'm not saying don't always be promoting, but I'm saying if you're promoting a brand new thing and they're like, oh, this is cool, like, I want this, but I haven't finished getting the existing thing that I bought from you, Steve. You know what I mean? It creates a little weirdness in the head. I think it can be a little bit unfair for all parties, but then it also means that you may not be focusing on fulfillment the amount you should be. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't want to fall in that trap. And I, you know, my earlier years, I certainly did it. It's really easy to do with how fast each of us launch in this space as well. So anyway, my Offer Launch event will probably be at the beginning of August before school goes in and all that stuff. So anyway, that's kind of where my head's at. So that's where we're going today and tomorrow, building the event funnel with this new, it's like a Linchpin-style event funnel. I'm super psyched about it. By the time that you guys get this episode, we will probably be up. It was offerlaunch.com. And then my overall strategy is to make Offer Launch be yearly, whereas Offer Mind is monthly and automated. So with live components. But sometimes when you're in total flow on stage, like, it's called blackout speaking. Blackout speaking is where you kind of, like, for those of you guys who've been on stage, you almost kind of forget where you are, right? And it's real and you get in such deep flow. That happens to me almost every time I speak on stage. And I think it's one of the reasons I love it so much, because I love that feeling. It is just such a cool feeling to be in total flow, kind of forget you're on stage and you're having inspiration about stuff that you did not prepare on. That's also another reason I prepare my slides so deeply, though, so I can always make sure I anchor back to the main point. Because I used to, I could just riff. That's so dangerous. And that's not fair to the audience either. I prepare like crazy. And then when I'm prepared, it's like, it's like flow with boundaries, and I'll flow with guided boundaries. And so you're having epiphanies in a context rather than just at some random whim, you know. Make sure it always anchors back to the point you're trying to get across to the audience. So anyway, thanks for listening to the show. I'll tell you guys more about Capitalist Pig Radio. I'm never going to shut this down. I've been really advised to just rebrand Sales Funnel Radio into Capitalist Pig Radio, but that doesn't fit. It fits if it was a rebrand for the same market, but it's not for the same market. It's for a wildly different, much broader market, you know. And I don't know that people, like, I'm going to try and interview Joe Rogan on this thing, you know. I'm going to try and, I think I can. I'm like one tier away from that. And so, and I see it, but new listeners that came in, if they started listening to Sales Funnel Radio, they didn't know what a sales funnel is. You know what I mean? It doesn't fit. Messaging matters, man. Messaging is marketing. So it just doesn't fit. So I think I'm never going to shut this down. But yeah, I have an episode. I think it's the next episode that I want to do about the future of this show. So anyway, you guys are great. Thanks so much for listening, and thanks for reviewing. That means a lot as well. I do read those. They mean a ton to me. And talk to you guys later. Bye.